So you don't really know much about NASCAR, but you are looking to get into it. You don't really know who to root for, where to watch, or how the playoffs work. Well, no problem. Today I'm here to answer all your questions and sum up everything you need to know about NASCAR. The National Association for Stock Car Racing, otherwise known as NASCAR, is an American motorsport series where 40 drivers or so race for a set amount of laps until one driver is crowned winner and ends up in victory lane. After 38 weeks consisting of 36 points-paying races and 2 exhibition races, the Clash and the All-Star Race, drivers will compete at a variety of challenging racetracks throughout a 10-week knockout playoff format until one driver is crowned the NASCAR Cup Series champ. The entire first half of the schedule is broadcasted on Fox and FS1, with the other half and the playoffs being broadcasted on NBC and USA. Most races on NBC and USA are also streamed on Peacock. Got that? Good. Now let's rewind a little bit. NASCAR has 3 main series: the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, and NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, each with its own prestige and can kind of be compared to college sports, Division I, Division II, and Division III. Each series has different cars, or trucks I guess, which race differently at different tracks that you may not see in other series. So the NASCAR Cup Series might race at a track that the Xfinity Series doesn't race at, and the Xfinity Series might race at a track that the NASCAR Cup Series doesn't race at. And while we're on the topic of tracks, let's talk about the different kinds of tracks. NASCAR has 5 different types of racetracks: short tracks, intermediate tracks, super speedways, and road courses. Short tracks are tracks under a mile in length, which consist of Martinsville, Bristol, Richmond, and Phoenix. These races produce lower speeds, but a lot of beating and banging and bumping people out of the way, which produces the most entertaining racing we see. Under this category, I guess we can add Bristol Dirt. In the spring of 2021, Bristol Motor Speedway decided to add down dirt onto the pavement and let the drivers slip and slide around the world's last great coliseum, which is still kind of polarizing to a lot of fans. Intermediate tracks consist of any track between a mile and a mile and a half in length or bigger. Some of the notable tracks under this name consist of Dover, Fontana, Pocono, and Michigan. Each track has a very unique layout and races completely different to any tracks on the schedule. So a track like Dover may race like a short track, even though it's not a short track. Yet a track like Michigan may race like a mile and a half, even though it's most comparable to a super speedway. Mile and a half tracks are 1.5 miles in length. I'm sure you could have already figured that out. And for the most part consist of 4-turn ovals with a dogleg or tri-oval on the front stretch. Kansas, Vegas, Michigan, Texas, and Charlotte can all be classified in this group. Mile and a halves produce multi-groove racing where drivers can run multiple lines on the track and can produce exciting restarts and some fun but also polarizing racing, depending on who you ask. Super speedways are bigger in length, in which cars run a completely different package and setup in order to draft with one another. Drafting is when one driver directly runs behind another driver in order to get a better run on the car in front and maintain a high speed. Drafting is best known for creating big wrecks in racing, which is seen at Daytona and Talladega, but actually in the year 2022, Atlanta Motor Speedway, a mile and a half racetrack similar to the likes of Charlotte or Texas, was repaved, added higher banking in the turns, and reconfigured for the cars to run a super speedway setup and create draft/pack style racing. And finally, my favorite type of tracks, road courses. Road courses consist of bigger tracks where drivers turn both left and right. With narrow twists and turns, upwards of 10 unique turns creates for some of the most amazing and very challenging racing, which can be seen in other sports like F1 and IndyCar. Some of the road course tracks NASCAR runs at are Watkins Glen, COTA, Road America, the Charlotte Road Course, Indianapolis Road Course, and COTA, aka Circuit of the Americas, which was actually made as an F1 track. Okay, so we got all the tracks, but how about the races themselves? Each race consists of a set amount of miles and a set amount of laps the drivers must complete in order to finish the race. Each race is split up into 3 segments: Stage 1, Stage 2, and Stage 3. The top 10 finishers at the end of Stage 1 and 2 earn a set amount of points corresponding to their finishing position that could add it to the regular season standings. The winner of the stage gets 1 playoff point added to their playoff standings. After the end of Stage 2, drivers will race the remaining amount of laps until a winner is crowned and awarded 5 playoff points, and an automatic playoff victory. Now, I probably just confused you a little bit with talking about the playoffs, so let's get into that. At the end of every race, each driver is awarded points corresponding to where they finished in the race. The better you finish, the more points you get. Simple. At the end of the 28-race regular season, the 16 drivers with the most points out of any will be added to the playoffs. Also, any driver who has won a race throughout the season will automatically be locked in. The playoffs consist of 4 rounds where all eligible have their points reset, and at the end of every 3 races, 4 drivers are eliminated until only 4 are left standing. Now, earlier I mentioned that winning a race or a stage will earn you a playoff point. These points are extremely valuable as you can carry these points with you throughout each round of the playoffs, even after the points reset. So if you win 3 stages throughout the regular season, that's 3 playoff points that you carry with you throughout each round of the playoffs. And all points will reset for the season finale when 4 drivers compete at Phoenix. Whoever finishes the best of the remaining 4 wins and is crowned as the NASCAR Cup Series champion. So that's all I have for today. It was a bit of a fast-paced video, so if you did miss anything or you still have questions, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And until next time, this is Real Talk Racing. Catch you later.